Hi, my name is Amber Kivett. I'm a certified athletic trainer and human performance specialist for Lifepro. Today I'm excited to share with you the Rumblex Max. Sized at 30.7 long by 15.7 wide and 5.5 high, has a max capacity for weight at 550 pounds, and the machine itself weighs 46.3 pounds. Operates with 1 to 99 different levels of speed and has 16 preset programs from P01 to P16, which can be located on page 15 of your user manual. When we look at what comes in the box and getting started, you're going to find that you have your power cable. That is going to attach to the back side here, but I want to show you underneath we also have suction feet, and we also have our O-rings here on the sides for attaching the resistance bands that come along with. So right now I'm going to go ahead and clip that in and want to show you really quickly how to attach one of your resistance bands so that you can repeat it on the other side. You're going to pinch the end, locate the silver O-ring on the side, slide it through there until you feel it coming through. When you get it through, you're going to see that it makes a little O. You're going to slide your handle through, pull tight, and now you're ready to go. You're going to repeat that on the other side, O-ring located right here. You're also going to see that we've got a variety of different levels of mini loop resistance bands in intensities from beginner low-level resistance all the way to the black heavy resistance. If you're interested in learning how you can use those, definitely take a look on YouTube at the mini video demonstrations that we provide for different workouts and exercises for those. You're also going to see that you have a remote. However, your remote does not come with the 2 AAA batteries that are required to operate it. So make sure that you have those handy at home so that when you're ready to use a remote, you can install those here on the back side. Okay? From there, you're also going to see that we have an included sound dampener mat or mat that can be used. It's a non-slip mat on top for the intense vibrations that you're going to experience from the Rumblex Max. Let's go ahead and turn everything on and see how it works. Okay, what is really important to remember is we've got 7 different program options. The one thing that makes the Rumblex series most notable is that it has a 3rd motor versus some of the other platforms that we offer with just 1 or 2 motors. The 3rd motor gives the platform the ability to shift in a lateral format sideways, which presents on our control panel as an L. You're also going to find on this one that we have an H, which is going to pop up, which is the teeter-tottering oscillation mode, which is most common between all the different platforms. When you add the oscillation with the lateral, we're getting more of a 3D spiral effect. However, the 3rd motor just creates pulsation through the bottom, which is going to resemble on your control panel as a U. You're not going to see the device move when you are in pulsation mode, but you're going to be able to feel it coming through your body depending on what's in contact with the platform. When you're looking at the 7 different program options, we have the H, the L, the U, the HL, the HU, the LU, and the AL. I'm going to show you that here as we program through our remote. So as you can see here with the remote, we have our on-off button, we have our start button, you have your set button. Your set button is going to be more specific to the different preset program options as well as the manual mode. Once you choose a preset option, preset program of P01 through P16, you're going to hit the start button and then you don't have to worry about the remote from there on out. If you're choosing to use the manual mode button, then you're going to hit your set button in order to create the manual mode feature on the control panel, which we'll show you shortly. You can increase your speed, you can decrease speed, you can increase or decrease your time depending on where you're starting at with your program. And then from there, if you're wanting to create a different variety in your workout from a manual standpoint, you can use the hotkey, which increases speed by a factor of 10. You can use the low key, which is going to start you at a level of 30. Your mid button, which is going to start you out at a speed of 60. And your high button, which is going to start you out at a level of 90. And then again, if you have your stop button, let's say you start out with an intensity that you're noticing is way too much for you and you need to start a different program, you're going to push that stop button. One thing to note about the Rumblex Max, the greatest feature of the Max is its weight capacity. So in order to have a weight capacity of 550 pounds, we've got 3 very, very powerful motors that offer 0 to 10 millimeters of amplitude and 6 to 14 hertz of frequency. Let's go ahead and go through the different programs so you have an understanding of where you can go with the different benefits. So as you're going to see here on the control panel, we have our time, minus and plus. We have our low and high speed. We have the power button, which I just accidentally touched. We have our program mode, which is going to navigate through your different preset programs in your manual mode. Your start button and your stop button, which looks more like a pause with the 2 parallel lines versus a square, which is featured on your remote. So from here, let's go ahead and go through the program modes. We're going to tap once, and you're going to see how the light changes on the right, which is your speed. So the speed, before we actually start the unit, is just going through the manual mode functions and then on into the preset programs. I'm going to go ahead and tap through all these, and then I'm going to show you on the remote how to do the exact same thing and what each one of those modes means to you as you're trying to figure out which program you want to experience. So we're going to tap one more time. And now we're back to, it starts at a preset 15-minute program. So we are in H, which refers to as oscillation. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start so that you can see how this works. Starting with the oscillation, again, it's that teeter-totter effect. If we hit set again, it's going to go into lateral mode, which is sideways. Hit the set button again, and it is a pulsation. So as you're going to see, it's not moving, but we can actually feel the energy coming through the top of the platform, whether through your hands or through your feet. If I push the set button again, it's going to show up as an HL, which means it's a 3-dimensional spiral effect combining the oscillation and the lateral mode. So we're getting teeter-totter with sideways. We're going to push it again, which is an HU. That is your oscillating pulsation. So you're going to hear the pulsation coming through as you're seeing the teeter-totter mode at the same time. One thing that you might notice as it's going back and forth between speed and program setting is it's automatically going to start on a level of 1. So the LU is going to be lateral pulsation. So we're going lateral while feeling the energy of the pulse coming through the bottom of the platform. When you combine all 3 motors together, you're going to get the AL, which is 4-dimensional pulsation with all the different motors. So this is going to be the most intense setting that you can get on the Rumblex Max. So from here, we can go back into manual mode. So as soon as you hit that button one more time from the AL, that's when you're going to see the manual mode pop up. Now, that's just going through the settings. So right now, I'm going to go with the HL function. We're going to push start. And with the HL, if I want to push that hotkey right here on the outside button here, I'm going to push that HL, which is going to automatically increase it to 10. Hit it again, we hit it up to 20. In order to take a shortcut, we can use the low speed button, which is going to take you back down to a speed of 30. So there's your speed of 30. Let's say you're wanting to work more in that mid-range, which is going to give you more of the benefits of fat loss and the appearance of cellulite. You're going to click on the mid button, which is going to drop it into that 60 range. And then let's say you're trying to maximize your fat loss and you're wanting to get that human growth hormone release going on, you're going to push that high button is where you're going to see the optimal levels of human growth hormone released. So there's your level of 90, and as you can see, as it's moving, that's how intense this unit really is. So before it runs off with us, we're going to go ahead and stop it and go back through our preset programs. So that being said, that's just the 7 different program options. That doesn't include the preset functions of P01 to P16. So we're going to go through those really quickly, and I'm just going to go through and use my program mode for that. So I'm going to tap on the program mode. We're going to follow through with a different video. So you're going to see I'm in P02. So you got to go all the way through to P16, and then if you decide that you want to do a P1, but you already bypassed it, you have to go all the way back through, or you can turn the machine off and start over. We're going to provide you a separate video as to what the different preset programs include, because of the 16 preset programs, all of them have magical benefits to make changes in your body by just standing or using the platform, but all the different preset programs are created uniquely for different benefits. So look forward to that video in a different series. That being said, make sure when you get your platform that you register for your limited lifetime warranty so that you have the option of contacting us if you should have any problems or defaults with your platform. We'll provide you with the parts or the guidance to repair if we aren't able to replace it altogether. Thank you so much for your purchase of the Rumblex Max, and we look forward to visiting with you again soon.